The State of Unreal livestream has just finished up, and this video will be a short recap on everything you need to know about what's coming to Fortnite Creative and UEFN. Okay, before we get into the big stuff here, let's do a small recap of everything that has happened in Creative this past month. The most recent update to Creative was the release of Bubble Chat. Typical gamer and Monster Plays group Jogo had an amazing live event hosted inside of an active game, just like how Fortnite does in their live events. They became the #1 game to discover, even surpassing Battle Royale itself. With the release of the Star Wars season, Fortnite did an in-game screening of the first episode of a Star Wars show in a creative UEFN made island. That's a small recap. Now let's get into everything important in the State of Unreal stream. The first thing that they announced is that they are finally releasing Scene Graph on June 7th.
Scene Graph is one of those foundational pillars that we really want to get right. And I'm pleased to say that the first release of Scene Graph is coming this Saturday, June 7th.
Sexperson did say this is the first release of Scene Graph, implying that it might not be completely finished or that there is more to come in the future.
Scene Graph is the foundational layer of the engine that unifies the editor and runtime representation of the scene, making everything you built accessible through verse code. In the editor, Scene Graph enables rapid construction of rich, detailed environments by organizing entities into a clear hierarchical view. Repeating elements like desks or chairs in an auditorium can be converted into prefabs, simplifying management, enabling easy variation. And at runtime, your verse code can traverse the same hierarchy to dynamically modify the scene. So whether it's moving a platform, adjusting a light, changing a weapon's ammo count, everything is done in Scene Graph.
He then talks a little bit about the roadmap, highlighting skill-based matchmaking, bubble chat, and custom items are coming to the game.
I want to share an update on something we talked about last year. We intended to ship the first season of Fortnite Battle Royale, built with UEFN in version 2025. Since then, plans have changed a bit, and we're not going to be able to meet that target. Right now, we're tracking to 2026.
A while back, Fortnite wanted Chapter 6 to be made in UEFN to show that anything they can do, we can do to encourage us creators. They're delaying that to 2026 so UEFN has more time to develop, but future Fortnite seasons should be made within UEFN. They then talk about how Epic has developed a chatbot that can give you advice to help guide you through building your map. This AI can even do verse code for you. They paste a prompt into the AI and then put the code into UEFN and it works perfectly.
So we're going to copy and paste the prompt directly into the assistant. Hey assistant, I need some verse code that will randomly spawn 5 creative props in the map. I've added some extra context here, such as how the spawn radius and how far apart the props should spawn, just to make sure that this will work in our existing game. We'll also make the props respawn every 10 seconds to make it a more challenging experience for our players, and me. Finally, we'll name our verse file and the editable variable, prop to spawn.
So while the assistant generates a response, you can see it may provide relevant documentation to your request. The assistant is powered by GPT 4.1 and is fine-tuned using our Epic's own verse code license from creators who signed up to help, and all of our current documentation. And once the assistant has generated the code, it'll test if the code can compile. If it can't, it has a second self-repair step to correct the code.
It looks like it's generated. It tells us how to use it, and then we have the code. All right, it looks good. Let's go into VS Code and paste it directly into our file. Now, I already started this code earlier today to make it a little easier for us to do this live, so let's delete everything that's there and replace it with what we just generated from the assistant. We'll save, and then we'll press the build button in the top right-hand corner, and it built successfully. All right, but we're not done yet. Now let's go into UEFN and make sure that the random prop spawner verse device is set to spawn the correct prop, our custom prop banana. All right, that's all good. Let's push verse changes. And finally go in to live edit. When this loads, we'll be able to test that our random spawner code works, making sure that our bananas spawn randomly and that every 10 seconds they move. We gotta collect 3. And now we can escape. And that's it. Now our team can continue to iterate and refine our game.
The next big thing announced is for LEGO UEFN Islands, and is called the LEGO Brick Editor. It allows creators to build their own LEGO structures and props brick by brick for their own LEGO creative maps.
Is to expand the LEGO Fortnite universe with original games and stories. And on June 17th, they're unlocking a highly requested feature, the LEGO Brick Editor. It launches with 50 classic bricks, 42 colors, giving creators the power to build with LEGO brick by brick in Fortnite for the very first time.
They talk about how big of a success IP collabs have been for Creative and announced the next big IP collabs, Squid Game, June 27th, Avatar 2026, and Star Wars.
Later this month, Squid Game will be coming to UEFN, and creators will be able to build their very own twist on the world's most intense playground. Our partner Netflix is placing environment assets, NPCs, and new game systems like the Disguise device in the hands of creators so they can be their very own game master.
For Squid Game, they talk about giving us environment assets, NPCs, and a disguise device. If this disguise device is any similar to the disguise booths from Chapter 2, then you might be able to become a Squid Game guard.
Squid Game tools will launch on June 27th, time to the series finale of Squid Game, and creators will be able to publish the islands later this summer. Thank you. Our desire to bring iconic IP in the hands of creators doesn't stop with Squid Game. Avatar: The Last Airbender. We heard players loud and clear about how much they love the bending gameplay in Battle Royale, so we are excited to bring Avatar-themed tools and devices to UEFN next year. That means you, the developer, can use features from the 4 nations to build your very own authentic Avatar games.
That's why I'm excited to announce today that we will be bringing Star Wars to UEFN.
The last thing we announced is that they want to give us the tools to make our own AI NPCs that we can speak to, similar to the Darth Vader AI that we recently got in Battle Royale.
What does the button do?
The million-dollar question. What doesn't it do? It's a gateway to glory, a ticket to transformation, a symphony of, well, you get the idea. It does things.
What about those signs that say "Do not press button"?
Signs, you say? Sigils. Mere suggestions from those who lack imagination. After all, rules are made to be gently nudged aside. Wouldn't you agree?
This feels pretty risky. We have a big audience here and even a live stream.
Risk? My dear friend, where is your sense of adventure? Think of the views, the followers. Besides, a little danger spices things up, don't you think? Why be normal?
No, we're going to get out of here. Let's...
That's everything important for creating UEFN in the state of Unreal Livestream. That's about everything, and that's the thing. Huh? Bye-bye now.